Alright, it is time for us to do a new topic. We call this topic at a store near you. It's really only going to be for this one episode most likely, but just the same. I feel it's something we should talk about with Buddy Fight hitting stores for realsies in a few days. And by for realsies, I mean not just trial deck, I mean the booster too. So we'll have everything here ready to go, and we'll actually have more than two choices of decks to play.
Or is you?
Do you want a Strunk or do you want a Strunk harder?
Anyway, how this is going to go is pretty simple. We're just going to talk about card stores in the area that we know have cards, Buddy Fight to be precise, to pick up when the release date happens, and even websites that are good to go to. Because I noticed something when I was sifting through comments the other day. Freaking, some people go to Amazon.
Why?
And that's terrible.
We need to inform the public!
No offense to the people who go there either. I'm just saying, $60 for a triple rare Ezel
No.
is the kind of prices you should expect when you go to Amazon for any card
Or anything.
or anything that's related to things.
So this is a helpful video to tell you where to buy cards at cheaper prices and for better service.
All right, we'll start with the online department because it's the easiest one to do. We'll go with our favorite place to pick up cards, Troll and Toad. Now,
This may take a little time to get rolling because they aren't so balls deep when it comes to new games.
but when
But
they
it
start,
picks up eventually.
yeah, but when they pick up, they go all out. Like they just start. They'll get a lot of stuff after if they know it's popular. Which is why I make this our first stop because, well,
Buy out their stock.
yeah, buy out their stock. But like, ooh, this thing's actually going. We must get more, and they'll keep doing it.
The Troll and Toad has pretty good service. They also have deals on
They have very
shipping.
good, got good deals on shipping, and they got really good prices. I think they're probably one of the cheaper online places I go to on average. That isn't eBay, for reasons like eBay.
Yeah, they're usually the first place I check even before eBay.
Yep. And speaking of eBay, eBay. That's more of a wild gambit, depending where you go, unless you
eBay
know.
always is.
Hmm?
As eBay always is.
Yeah, you just use eBay logic when you go there. Try to stick to stores set up in eBay that have very high view counts, because it may come to the time that you'll just have to pick up cards there.
Always look at the reviews that a reviewer has and how many sales they have.
Better than nothing anyway.
Yep. It's just use caution when you go on there. There are monsters.
I'll never forget that fake copy of Emerald I got.
Well, shoot. Or the most classic macro on the planet, with the image of PSP, but open the box, it's a Game Boy.
Have that fake copy.
I see. Well, anyway, I think that's easy to figure with eBay. You probably knew that already. The next place, I think, is really getting themselves invested into the concept of a new game, is known as Ideal 808.
They're based in Hawaii.
They're based in Hawaii, so if you're gonna
Shipping hell.
shipping hell unless you get a decently sized package.
Yeah, buy in bulk.
So
and they're gonna
I would not go to them for singles because singles will cost a lot to ship out. But if you do it in an actual package, it puts it down a bit in price.
That if you're reviewing
That
from
where I
Hawaii.
initially got my first Vanguard box?
No, you got that from a different place. It was Hammer Girl.
Right, because they were the only ones ever, because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
really like that.
Yeah. But they probably won't make it onto this list since I'm pretty sure Buddy Fight's not going to be as niche as Vanguard was when it started. It's now that we've gotten its Buddy Fight's name out there.
Not to mention the company, because they were newbies
Yeah.
not too long ago.
Yeah, now we're sure it's like, yeah, we're going to push this thing now. I was saying, oh yeah, Ideal 808, yeah. Well, Ideal 808, They have pretty good prices too. I mean, it's not as generally as low as Joe and Toads is, but you can more count on them to have the stuff in stock, because when the trail decks were coming out, when I saw Joe and Toad only had 3, because again, they don't like to take too much of a risk. Deal 808 already had 83 of each thing on pre-order, including the boxes.
They are balls deep.
They're ready to go. They have as much faith in this game as we do. In fact, they were getting scoops and news along with us with their own blog posts. At one point, I forget the name of the blog post. I think it was called the 808. But at any rate, they seem to be on this too. Yeah, it's good if you just want to buy boxes or decks. They're a pretty good place to go. You'll probably get maybe a $5-6 shipping fee for that. If it's singles, I think it might be different, because they have to package up one card or whatever, and ship it might take a bit more effort than it's worth,
Yeah.
considering it has to go overseas.
If you're gonna buy from them, you might as well just like buy a box of 2 trial decks or something.
Yep, a good place overall. The next place on our online venue is a place that I forgot. Oh, I remember. ToyWiz. Now, I know what you're thinking.
ToyWiz.
ToyWiz, that overpriced place? Well, yes, it is an overpriced place. Usually. But when I went there to look at the prices for the Buddyfight boxes, trial decks, and actual set, the trial deck prices weren't as bad as I was fearing. They were not like the average 14 price that you see in most places, but it was about $16. I think maybe
How much we
17.
ended up paying for them, actually.
Yeah, well, at least at the other one store, but that was due to other reasons.
Yes.
Shut up. We're not talking about those stores yet.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, but yeah, like $16, $17. They're expensive, but at least I can tell you 9 times out of 10 they ship with no problems. And if you just don't have a place near you to go, or whatever, they're there. It's a pretty okay place for at least this new game. I can't attest to how much they'll be later, but at least for now, it's a pretty okay place. More places that I hope will get the cards on their online store include Yu-Gi-Oh! Mint. Despite the name and the layout of their site, which is super girly, it is actually a card shop that ships their stuff online.
And an antique store.
Yeah, and an antique store.
Yeah, we live in pretty
Technically, Forever After Collectibles.
Yeah, it's technically called Forever After Collectibles, the actual card store, but it's linked to the website as Yu-Gi-Oh! Mint, because I guess that's what whatever. What point is, I haven't looked at them yet to see if they actually are, pre-ordering, making pre-orders for Buddyfight or not yet, but they tend to be on top of the game like a lot of the other bigger stores are, so I can only assume.
And I just sort of like them because they're relatively local.
Yeah.
We can go there and pick stuff up in person if we have to.
Yeah, they have, I guess, a big warehouse underneath their shop, because I think they have all their singles on site.
Yeah.
So that's impressive for any card store. Like, I think we gripe that our card store doesn't do that, even though they easily could. But yeah, they got plenty of space to do it, and they don't have certain things that were in there before, so now they got just giant empty spot. But my point is, I'm just making me go on tangents because they could do that. They got all their cards just there, ready to go. So, if you just need to pick up something, I guess just do it. It's if you're nearby the Naperville, Chicagoland area.
They're in West Chicago, correct?
I freaking don't know. They are near Glen Ellen, though. They're in the Chicagoland area.
Yep.
That's all I can tell you. If you want to find out more for yourself, go to YugiOhMint.com. I can tell you they are definitely located in Illinois.
have to wonder about Potomac Distribution or whatever. That place is pretty well known for having like super cheap Vanguard boxes and whatnot. But you know, I haven't checked obviously if they're getting into it. But you know, worth a look.
Check that out too. What was the name again?
Potomac Distribution.
Yeah, like I mean, you know, just take a look. They might have it, and if they don't, they got, like you said, super cheap Vanguard cards, so no reason not to. And then you got the Hammer Girl, like we mentioned before.
They'll carry anything.
They'll carry anything, especially if it's Japanese. I'm not so hot on their prices, but if you really are in the bind, at least they exist.
They're in New York or whatever the fuck. New Jersey. I don't know.
They're in that general area.
They're in the New England area.
They're in the area that gets Japanese stuff, which is anywhere but the middle of the United States.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
Go get him cards.
Do we know of any place that's based in California?
I don't.
Well, whatever.
Sorry, if people there just find something. I would not figure it'd be hard to find something in California related to Japanese imports. It's kind of like the main.
Especially since Weiss Schwartz actually had something we were following there while we were
Yeah,
shopping it.
Weiss Schwartz actually had a thing there while we were at the Nets for the last year. They also were the same state that actually still had Kaijudo when it was called Duel Masters, running there for the longest time after it got discontinued. So like with card game commitment like that, I have to assume they should be fine.
Somewhere.
If not, then I really can't help you. We're not based in California, as you can tell by the clothes we're wearing.
It's currently -6 outside.
Yep. But speaking of places being based in places, I guess we'll go to local card areas, stores that we know. We mentioned in another video Dean's Dugout being a really cool place to pick up cards, and we just mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh! Mints, and we want to say Hot Sauce, so I guess we'll just say Hot Sauce.
Hot Sauce iffy right now.
We'll see what happens. They gotta commit more to their not Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! Players if they want to get that to take off. It's like you said, I forgot what you just exactly said on Saturday. Something, how do they expect something to take off?
Yeah, if they don't give it proper shelf space.
Yeah.
That just seems kind of counterintuitive, man.
Yeah, because
you have to use money to make money.
yeah, because they have like a case and a half devoted to Magic, and a booth and a case devoted to Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Vanguard third shares a case with the Vice Force and My Little Pony, even though Vanguard is the majority in there. Kaijudo and Pokemon share a case. And
they're in the corner that no one ever touches.
Yeah, they're in the corner that's underneath the computer that everyone goes to look for stuff in, so they don't even see that stuff. And Buddyfight, at least right now, is in. He's not even in the shelf. It's behind the shelf.
In a cardboard box.
In a cardboard box. Which
it's there.
Which seemed to make some people upset, so that's why I'm talking about them at all, because it seems that they were getting calls and people walking in asking for Danger World that they did not have. Hopefully that'll be a wake-up call to,
Get Danger World.
stock their stuff and stop treating other card games like they're second-class citizens.
Because, the second that your commercial shows up before one of the biggest specials on Cartoon Network in recent history, people are going to know it exists.
If you don't know which one that is, that was the Powerpuff Girls return.
Special sucked, but still, big event.
Timing.
Yeah. So
Did they run the trial deck and booster set commercial back to back, or?
I think she just saw the one.
I saw the booster set commercial.
Yeah, so they aren't back to back. But regardless, they got it at a good spot, and it's like,
Prime time.
yeah. So I say give them a chance, but do complain if they don't have the stuff, because it's the only way they'll.
You need to kick their asses.
Yeah, freaking people say that they aren't willing to take a risk in Vanguard, but they're willing to take a risk in a Japanese set of Yu-Gi-Oh that isn't worth anything here. Yeah, they have potential, but they need a kick in the pants to really start moving. So, my advice to you, if you are near the area, really force them to start picking up more Vanguard and more Buddy Fight, because I think it's high time they get that in the gear, because otherwise they're pretty okay.
And that's basically our Lucas.
They recently restocked Booster 11 though, which was kind of nice.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dean's Dugout has every single set that ever came out in existence.
Yep. We don't really venture towards Top Cut very often, so I don't know what they're like in the Buddy Fight category.
Oh, they'll probably be pretty well behind it.
Yeah, that's what I was
with
thinking.
having the biggest Vanguard turnouts that the entire state probably has, so,
Yeah, I figured. And it's really weird when you think about it, how Vanguard players are treating Buddy Fight, how Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic players treat Vanguard. You'd think that, considering how much we had to fight for Vanguard to actually get a name, they would give Buddy Fight a chance. But nope. They treated it like it's just some kid game.
Treated it like the ginger-haired stepchild.
So now we have no choice but to rub it in their faces.
admittedly, it's not for everyone. I mean, it is sometimes retardedly fast, like on Yu-Gi-Oh levels of, oh, I play this, this, and this, and then I win. Well, but comes with the territory, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
When you have all different card types and no built-in limiter to speak of.
Although I think it's at least good enough that it lasts more than a turn or 2 turns like Yu-Gi-Oh does. I have yet to see one last less than 3 or 4 turns.
I've only had one match where it lasted 2 turns.
Let's see.
And
Booster
that was
one's
because we
scary,
both got our
scary
impacts
things, man.
and grade 3s. It was the perfect setup where everyone got everything they needed.
But even then, that's not even my point. My point is, they're not even looking at it like, like there's something that's too cheap or whatever. They're looking at it like it's just a kid's game. The same way Yu-Gi-Oh players and Magic players looked at Vanguard like it was just a kid's game.
And
Hypocrites,
the way
all of
everyone
them.
who doesn't play card games looks at Yu-Gi-Oh. Full circle, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Freaking people just gotta learn to get off their high horse. It's the only way things will work better,
Step back.
or at the very least be more entertaining.
It's time to sniff the flowers.
Well, I guess that just about does it for our local stuff and our internet stuff. I obviously can't tell you where to go to a place near you. I am not omnipotent.
So if you have a place near you that carries Buddyfight, please put it in the comments.
Yes, comment below if you have any place near you, so people who might be near you can also find a place.
Get their buddy on.
Cry and shame if they just don't know.
Yep, just gotta get the word out there because this game deserves it. Would you agree?
Yeah.
How about you?
I agree.
You? Okay. So I guess it does it for a store near you. We'll try to keep you updated if more places decide to put their hands in the buddy pool.
Ew.
And well, shoot, we're getting really close to the time to get our first booster.
Yo.
Yo. And then I guess we'll see you next time. And as usual, stay cool, be buddy. Buddy. Bye.
Stay warm.
Unless you're not, you know, in the Midwest, in which case try to stay cool.
I don't know how winter works.
Alaska is
elsewhere.
currently warmer than us.
What the fuck?
Yep, warmer than Alaska. Called it.
Fuck it.
Bye, everybody.